live. Welcome back to Friday Live with Lauren. I am so excited you chose to be here with us today. I obviously, as you know, have a really special guest. If you saw my post, we're giving away chocolate today. So if you're a chocolate hater, why are you watching? No, I'm just kidding. But we're giving away chocolate today. We're going to give away one more of the Lessons with Lauren hat. So last one going out today. Ooh, and then we have some other stuff too. But y'all, it is Friday. You made it. Let me bring my guests. Welcome, Matt. What's up, Matt? How are you?
I'm doing great, Lauren. How are you?
I am good. I'm so excited to have you on. Y'all, if you don't know Matt Cross, go follow Matt Cross on LinkedIn right now. You can't watch the show today if you're not willing to go follow Matt. It's my rule. All right. As you know, ask your questions in the chat, start commenting, tell us where you're here from. Let us know. We don't know you're here if you don't tell us. It's going to make me big first. It always does. No, thank you. Matt, give us a little intro about who is Matt Cross.
Yeah, always a hard question, but I live in Michigan with my wife. We kind of work related. We have a business, Harvest Chocolate. We were former chefs before I got into the SaaS sales and marketing world. And then so I work at a company called Notch, where I'm on the growth marketing team. So I run our social, organic, paid, and I run a community for content leaders called Pro Content. So that's fun. I just get to work with smart content people for a job. And then my wife and I started a business during the pandemic, so about 2.5 years in, called Harvest Chocolate, and we make bean to bar chocolate. So we actually make the chocolate from scratch. So we source delicious cocoa beans from all over the world and bring them here. We roast them and grind them into chocolate. So we're giving away our seasonal chocolate box today, which is we do a line of seasonal bars that we like to say are based on the mood of the weather in Southeast Michigan. So in the summertime, lots of fruit. So we're giving away our seasonal summer box with some delicious seasonal flavors. So whoever wins, let me know what you want, and I will put them in there.
Oh, I love it. Y'all, you're going to get options. Who else came on here and gave you options? Snaps for options. Okay, I love that. Y'all, we're going to talk about all of the topics and all of the things. We're going to talk demand gen growth marketing. If you're here and your boss is watching, we are going to talk about good stuff you're going to learn during the show. We promise. We're going to talk about fun stuff in chocolate. If you want to learn how to give them or how to win the giveaways, I'm going to put it down at the bottom of the screen now. You all know I would love it if you would go share the show. Your friends want to win some chocolate. Let's help get the word out about Harvest Chocolate. Somebody tagged Grayson and Grove Cookie Co. They already showed up and they already said this chocolate is amazing, y'all. And y'all love their cookies. So come get some Harvest Chocolate. Like if Grayson said it, it's got to be true, right? Somebody tag Grayson. Grayson, are you here? Let me know. Okay. Share the show. We're going to talk about chocolate in a minute really quick. Let's see who's here. Okay, we got Marcel. What's up? Have a great show. Yes, Carrie's here. Hard to find on YouTube. Sorry about that, Carrie. It is live on YouTube, though, y'all. Hey, Nomi. Hey, Carrie's here again. Jackie. Hey, Lauren. First time here, Jackie. I'm so glad you're tuning in for your first time. Win some chocolate. Read below. Learn how to win. Start tagging in the comments. Hello, Chris Jarvis. Chris has a great live show as well. Melissa says you look amazing in the great. Thank you, Melissa. Y'all are so kind to me on a Friday. What's up, Erica? Carrie doesn't eat chocolate. Sorry, just don't enter for the giveaway. Mark Giro, what's up, Mark? He's local to me. Erica, look, we got a lot of people. We got new people tuning in. I think this is Andrew's first time tuning in. Paul's back. What's up? Oh, gosh, we got a lot of good people. Okay, happy Friday. Yes, all right, topics. Moving on. Love you all. Thanks for tuning in. If this is your first time, leave me a comment so I can welcome you back next week. All right, first topic of the day, craft chocolate. All right, so I'm going to make you big again. I'm going to ask you a couple questions. Are you ready?
Yes.
Are you ready? Okay, first, why craft chocolate?
Because chocolate can taste better than the chocolate that we're all eating right now. What's out there largely is kind of the Bud Light of beer, and we're the craft brewery. And so we think there's an opportunity to make chocolate taste better. And so that's it. Also, my wife was a pastry chef and has been working with chocolate for probably 15 years. So I would never try to do chocolate on my own. She has all the experience. So I think that's always the first place to look when starting a business is what are you good at?
Okay, so your wife was a pastry chef, which is a big plus. Y'all, if anybody's in the food industry, you know how hard it is to be a pastry chef. So kudos to your wife. What's your wife's name?
Elizabeth.
Kudos to Elizabeth. If you're on LinkedIn, Elizabeth, let's connect. All right. So Elizabeth has the background in chocolate, but you said you started this during COVID. Was there a specific reason why this began?
So my wife was working for another food company, and with COVID, she went from like 8 employees to like one, her doing it all. And we were like, well, we can do this, right? Famous last words, but we did, and we're doing it. So that was why. And then it just kind of gave us some time to, stay at home. We spent a lot of time sourcing cocoa beans in the beginning during the pandemic, making chocolate at home, identifying where we wanted to get the cocoa beans from, because where the beans come from impacts the flavor. So a lot like wine, the terroir is a major component, and then the processing through all of it, from fermenting to drying to roasting, all impacts the flavor. So you got to start at the source at the cocoa bean, and it also means that you get to travel to beautiful places for work.
I love it. I love it. Last week we talked about tax write-offs and how I could write off my extensions. So I bet you wrote off that trip for your cocoa beans.
Definitely,
Um, definitely. Y'all start a
definitely
LLC.
tweaking though.
Start an LLC and have a small business. Do something. I don't care. Sell business cards, and everywhere you go, advertise that business card, and every trip is a business trip. Anyway, that's another topic for another day. Craft chocolate. So I want to hear about maybe when you were getting into the craft chocolate scene, what was one of the things that you didn't expect, like a hurdle that came up early on that maybe you were like, "Ooh, do we want to keep going down this craft chocolate route?" Did you guys hit any kind of road bump or roadblocks?
Surprisingly, we're pretty experienced in the food world, chocolate specifically. So it hasn't been terribly bumpy,
Okay.
but definitely the question's always in the back of your mind, especially in like the middle of the holiday season when like I'm working a day job and then also like shipping out packages until like 10 o'clock at night. You definitely question that a lot, but I think I like it. I don't. I like the ability to like have this business that you're running and you can make all the decisions for, and that you can make money like on your own without having to have a job. So
I love that, but I also really wanna point out that you said that you started a business you had a lot of experience in, and you don't feel like you've had many of these hiccups that some people have because he started a business he had experience in, y'all. If you go out tomorrow and you wanna do something brand new and you have 0 experience, you probably are gonna have some road bumps and things like that, so think about what Matt is saying, and in that sense of go try something that you already know about, right? Did you ever try to start any other business, or was this your first one that you tried to do on your own?
um, pretty much the first one seriously. I'm always like thinking about something, but not. This was really the first one seriously, but
Y'all, and when we say seriously, he means it. Let me throw this up here. Look at this chocolate. Look at this. Look how beautiful that is. Look at that Harvest chocolate. At Harvest chocolate. Tag it. Win it. Harvest chocolate. All right. So in working a business with your spouse, right? I've had a number of people on this show in the last year who have businesses with their spouse.
mm,
I had Eric McKee on. They don't really have necessarily have a business together, but they both work from home. They're self-employed. He works with his wife, Grayson, and his wife Marie work together doing the cookies. So tell anybody who's thinking about going into business with their spouse, what's your biggest piece of advice?
I think she's my toughest boss I've ever had. There's no division in like, we I don't know. I think you do get in arguments, I think, and like you got to accept that that's going to happen. But I think it's just really beneficial. I see a lot of people locally here who are doing that as well, and it's usually like the model is kind of like one person continues to work while the other works on the business full time or something like that. But I think you just kind of inherently have the same goals. Like you're both invested in it, and it's kind of nice. Like we work great together. We've worked together in the past, and so it's nice to be working together on our own thing rather than like for somebody else. But
100%. I told somebody one day, I was like, I'm not motivated to make you money, but I'm motivated to make me money. Um, okay, y'all. Craft chocolate. Do you have questions about craft chocolate? I feel like maybe people, I don't know. I haven't really been keeping up. I'm sorry, y'all. I haven't kept up with the comments. I've been a bad person. Carrie says, if you were to want chocolate, this is the chocolate to eat. Y'all. Paul said, Lauren, my mood went up 100x when I heard chocolate. Okay, Matt, you're pretty popular. They like it. Harvest chocolate. All right. We got greetings from the top of the mountain in Tennessee. Hi, Mom. Thanks for tuning in. Paul, once an entrepreneur, always an entrepreneur. Melissa says cinnamon chocolate is my fave combo. Is that on your website right now?
it is a cinnamon custard bar and is delicious. It's white chocolate, but we're not white chocolate fans. So we, because it's like a lot of times people use cheap fat and milk powder. And so we use almond powder, almond flour, and real cocoa butter, and just a ton of cinnamon and sugar. And it's like the best. It's just creamy and cinnamony and like sugary, like toast. It's delicious.
Oh my gosh, that's the best. I need that. Okay. Jody has a question for you. So how do you and your wife, how do you guys prioritize me time, especially since you have a job and you run this business?
Yeah, you force it. You got to just be like, yeah, there's a million things we can do on Saturday, but instead we're going to go to the beach. There's just always a never ending list of things that can be done. And so you do have to force that time of like, we are doing this and we're not going to bring our phones. We're not talking about work. We need to go have fun. So that's kind of that. And then the longer term strategy is you have to build the business towards that. So like the business needs to serve you rather than you serving the business. And so that's always top of mind in the decisions that we're making, the model that we use, how we structure that, so that like we don't want to work 100 hours a week.
I love this. I just made a mental note, 12-minute mark of the show, record what Matt just said and send that to him for content because that was gold. Gold. Okay. Love it. Paul says alignment is definitely key, Matt. In my mastermind groups, being on the same page is a massive issue. Y'all, I'm sure you deal with this at work and a lot of other places too, not just like with your spouse and that business, right? Like this is something we all deal with, that we all have going on in our day-to-day lives, not being aligned. And a lot of that comes down to communication. We can talk about that in a little bit. Elizabeth wants to know, there are health benefits to dark chocolate. Yes?
Yes. So this is like the hill I'm going to die on, is that chocolate comes from a fruit. It grows on a tree, comes from a fruit. We've got pictures of it on our website. And so I'm in Michigan, and at our local grocery store, Meijer, really anything's a salad. And so I like to say the chocolate's basically like a fruit salad. So whatever you need to, put that in your head that you're eating fruit salad. But realistically, I do. It really does. My sister-in-law is a dietitian, and so I was actually just talking to her about this like 2 weeks ago, and she sent me some studies on actually the health benefits of chocolate. I know they have there's a lot of what are they called? Starts with an O. I'll think about it. But it's good for your mental health, I think. And really, it's made from the seed of a fruit. So it's almost kind of more like almond butter than it is on some wild, sugary thing. Like, honestly, like our chocolate, like you can't eat, I don't know, I get full before I'm like, eat too much of it. Whereas, like, if you're going to go buy like a bag of Reese's cups, like, I could literally eat the whole thing and still be, hungry. And I think there's just a difference in like sugar content and everything else. So I'm a firm believer that there are health benefits to chocolate. And that is, so I'm working on like putting that together so that I can like have the talk track and share with people.
Oh, we'll help you figure it out. I mean, like, I bet they're all clicking checkout right now on the website. If you're not eating it right out of the package, how would you recommend we try to use this? What do you mean, Melissa? How are you going to use the chocolate? I don't understand. What do you understand this question?
It's called snacking chocolate for a reason. That's the main goal. As we were looking at like developing the product, we realized that everybody puts chocolate into a bar shape. What's the reason for that? I don't really know. But what you're left with is usually like some trash in the packaging and like a half-eaten bar that you're not done with. And really, we found that everybody's snacking on the chocolate chips in their cupboard. So that's why we call it snacking chocolate, to replace those not so great for you chocolate chips in your cupboard with something that you can feel a little bit better about. And you can eat one piece if you need it, or you can eat the whole bag, whatever. We don't judge, and whatever you do with your chocolate also fits super nice into your chocolate hiding spot. This time of year, the freezer is a really good spot for that. If you're trying to hide away from kids and stuff like that, put it behind like the peas. But how to use it without it is that the snacking chocolate you can actually bake with. So we have recipes on our site. We're still working on. We're always just continually building recipes because it's delicious. Like you can have chocolate that tastes better, just like to eat, but it also makes all of your baked goods better. So you can replace it 1-to-1 with your chocolate chips or whatever else you're using. But definitely highly recommend baking with it.
I'm so guilty of eating the chocolate chips out of the pantry.
It's okay. We see you and we're here for you. We
I've
like to
never felt
acknowledge
so
that.
I've never felt so seen. When you said that, I was like, "Oh my god, that's me at 2 in the morning when I can't sleep and I just need something sweet and there's nothing around. It's just a couple chocolate chips out of the pantry." Okay. Andrew wants to know, is it available in Canada?
It is. We do ship to Canada. Unfortunately, there's like some pesky taxes and import fees, which I think all Canadians are aware of. But we do ship to Canada.
You can get it, Andrew.
Mhm.
Erica says, "Wow, Harvest chocolate looks and sounds amazing." Carrie says, "White
Thank you.
chocolate isn't real chocolate." I've heard that before. Paul says, "Take my money." Okay, awesome. Yeah, everybody says Jody says, "Love it. Thank you." Chris says, "Oh, that sounds so good." I mean, y'all, he does know how to do sales and marketing too and stuff. So like I imagine he's gonna like say great things about his chocolate and we're all gonna want it. Um 12-minute mark equals gold. Thanks, Melissa. You're helping me remember this for later. All right. Elizabeth says a 100-gram bar of dark chocolate with 70 to 85% cocoa contains 11 grams of fiber.
It's true.
No way.
So we take the whole seed and it's fermented, right? So and then it's dried. We take the whole seed. Well, sorry, we separate the shell, but the bean and the inside. And so it's like it's the thing that grows a tree, and then we grind it up. And so there's all sorts of fiber and nutrients in there. Yeah, absolutely.
Oh my gosh. Okay, so the days I need fiber. Elizabeth, thank you for bringing this up. And sometimes I realize I'm like so shocked I have to close my mouth during the show. Chocolate makes me crave steak. I don't know why. Elizabeth agrees we can bake with it. Paul says that he had a dark chocolate glaze on pork belly. I've never heard of chocolate and pork going together. Have you heard of that? You used to be a chef, right?
Yeah. Yeah,
Is
I've heard of it. Be
okay.
good. It's really common in kind of like pork or game meats often.
Okay.
Mole is a
Mole. Yeah,
Mexican
that's what I was gonna
sauce
say, like a
with
mole.
chocolate in it.
Melissa says she's gonna put it on ice cream. Melissa, go buy some. I'm gonna get some. I won't. I mean, now, don't you have snacking chocolate from like different places though? How, like, what's the difference? Is like
Yeah.
the flavor gonna be really different?
Yeah, so they're all the same two ingredients: organic cocoa beans and organic cane sugar. And they're both a 68% dark chocolate. So what that means is 32% sugar and then 68% is cocoa beans. And so, yeah, where just like wine and terroir, where cocoa beans are grown, they taste different. So you can put them all aside. You can order one of each, have your own chocolate tasting at home. We do them with like local wineries and breweries, and those are super fun because who doesn't want to just drink a little bit and eat chocolate
Okay.
for an hour or so?
Y'all comment if you want to do like a Zoom chocolate tasting. We could like have a night where anybody, if you're watching or you're watching the replay, DM me. But if you're watching, we could all order some chocolates. We could do a sample and we could have like a LinkedIn party chocolate sample night. I'm in. I'll host it. I'll host the LinkedIn event. If you would attend that event, and like we're not, you have to buy the chocolate. You buy the chocolate, but I'll host the event. We can either do it live or we can just do a private Zoom. Comment if you would come to that.
I
That would
think we
be
would absolutely we draw a crowd for it. I've been thinking
so
about doing
much
that, so thank you
fun.
for saying it.
Okay, y'all, let's do it. If you would do a chocolate tasting on LinkedIn, we could all talk about chocolate. Let's go. Let's
Yeah.
go. Who
And then
knows
usually
somebody in wine on LinkedIn? Tag somebody in
oh
wine so we can
yeah.
do chocolate and wine together. Yes. Okay, Matt, this is great ideas. Great ideas. Elizabeth says the O word you were looking for might have been oleic acid. Is that how you say that?
No, it was antioxidants.
Oh, well, that's anti is an A.
It's yeah, I
Antioxidants.
was thinking oxidants.
Okay. When I was eating dark chocolate, it would be natural dark chocolate. It was 100%. I would eat the whole thing. I don't think I've ever eaten an entire chocolate bar. Andrew says he will look at getting some. Melissa says, or Paul says, if Melissa wins, they're gonna fight. It's high fat, has decent protein and lots of fiber, as well as other vitamins and minerals. Y'all, I had no idea chocolate was so healthy.
And it's a plant-based fat, right? It's not like animal fat. So it's
Okay,
supposedly better for you.
so far I think we have 4 people in who are watching who'll do the chocolate pairing. Okay, y'all, that's 4. 4, I'm okay. Doesn't have to be a big party. I don't like a crowd. All right. Let me get back to our topics. Y'all, we talked about chocolate for 20 minutes. Who are we? If you're watching, share the show. I'm going to show you the giveaways really quick. Obviously, down at the bottom, you can see what you need to tag. We're not affiliated with anything. You have to be in the United States for me to ship you a physical prize. I think the only physical prize is the hat from me. Matt, I'm sure you agree with me that you're only shipping to the physical United States as well. Tag to win any of the prizes, and let me throw them up so you can see them really quick. So we got the last hat. If you want a Lessons with Lauren as hat, yes, it's black and pink. I don't care. Get over it. Wear it or don't. If you don't like color pink, you can give it to someone who does. Tom Slocum's got 35 ready to go emails. Y'all, Tom Slocum, somebody tag him. He hurt his leg. He tore his MCL. He's all like laid up in a brace. Tom, your LinkedIn fam loves you. That sucks. And then lastly, we're gonna cover my face with the chocolate because the chocolate's prettier than my face today. So Harvest Chocolate, come win this summer box. Matt even said he'd give you some options as to which chocolate you could put in the box, which nobody else has given us options. So share the show, help your friends win some chocolate. We're gonna talk about the customer journey before the halftime event. Oh, Tom was here earlier. Okay, cool. Oh, Stephanie says dark chocolate hits different. Yes, it does. Paul said it's specifically dark chocolate, Lauren. If you like milk chocolate, I'm sorry, it doesn't apply. Well, I do like milk chocolate, but I could switch to dark chocolate for the health benefits, y'all. That's
We do
that's
have
an
milk
okay.
chocolate too.
But it's just not as healthy as what they're telling me.
Well, we use oats instead of like dried milk powder. So it's vegan and gluten free, and I think just as healthy as anything else because like oats are good, right?
Haha, Paul. Haha. Okay, we
We're here
went
for
back
you.
to
We're thinking about these things for
I'm
you.
I'm obsessed with this. This is like maybe my favorite topic I've ever talked about on the show. I don't know. Okay, we are gonna get into the customer journey a little bit, y'all. If you are watching and your boss is here, this is the part that yeah, it is educational. Let them come every week. It's okay. I'm gonna pop Matt up real quick. Let's talk about the customer journey. Where does this start for you?
hmm So yeah, so my day job, I'm growth marketing for the company Notch, which is a content intelligence platform, and so we think a lot about the customer journey, and we help businesses understand it and how, especially in longer sales cycles, high consideration products and services, the customer journey becomes incredibly more important because it takes so long, and they can break super easy in the middle. And so we help, work with businesses to understand what does that customer journey look like? What are the shortest paths to conversion? What are maybe your more higher converting paths to conversion that maybe aren't as ideal or things like that? All through the lens of content, because this is the age of the internet and content is, whatever euphemism you want to use.
How much do you think it helps your customer journey for your C-suite to have kind of a personal brand and to be building content and to be somebody who's out there kind of online and posting?
Yeah. So that's like I think it's super important nowadays because they're the experts, like they started a company, your C suite started this company where they're in that position for a reason. They have defined point of views. And you just need to really distribute those thoughts. And so it's more, I think of it more of like delivering content on your customers' time, or your audience's time versus like on ours, like, yeah, I want you to come to do this thing and sit on a meeting with our CEO, but like, or we can just take her thoughts and put it out into the world, and let as you log in on a weekend and you're looking for something because, some sort of insight, then, there it is, it pops up. This is exactly what you were thinking about. But really, I think it just comes down to people like to buy from people they know, like, and trust. Like, it's just timeless. It's not going to change. It's just, a different channel.
It's never gonna change. And finding the people that you do trust, that you build these relationships with, like Matt said, it's a lot of times the deal breaks in the middle of the cycle, right? In the middle of the journey. And we forget as sellers and marketers what it feels like to be on the other end.
Mhm.
So every day striving to think about what are they feeling as the customer in this moment, right? And also remembering that, y'all, it is a lot about timing. It's a lot about tone. It's a lot about your body language. I'm always a fan of, if I can be in person with my customer, like, I want to talk to them in person because they're going to know I have best intent versus over the phone. Like, your tone can get kind of confused. When you're thinking about ways where, if somebody's like, you know what, I do realize that my customer journey is broken, what are ways that people can identify where their biggest hiccups are?
It's complicated. I think, I guess it's kind of a broad question. But I would be looking for, like, where do you see a place where maybe there's a lot of interest, and they're not moving past it. That's like your biggest kind of blocker. Like, okay, this was really great. And then when you get to this point, nobody's continuing through. But I think to do that, you need to think a little bit about your customer journey, and plan it out before, like, you can plan out the customer journey, then the customers are going to take their own journey, but you have to have the measurement framework in place to be able to see where they're falling off, where that point is that maybe isn't what you thought was going to happen, because it will happen. That you will never ever completely anticipate every one of your audience's moves. So I think it's, really having that framework in place, thinking ahead of what matters for you, what are your KPIs, and how do they tie to the business outcomes you're trying to drive, so that you can see where in that journey they're falling off.
A lot of pre-planning and thought in this process. So I would almost challenge you that if this is something that's breaking for you, like, maybe you didn't put enough thought or planning into this process, you need to take a step back.
Mm.
Because at the end of the day, I'm not a believer that the customer is always right, but the customer keeps my lights on. So I got to keep enough of them happy that the lights stay on and the bills stay paid. So they might not all be right, but I'm going to make enough of them feel like they're right, that we're going to move through this journey together, which is a great thing. Like, you're working through the journey together as well. Remember that your customers shouldn't feel like they're traveling alone. They should feel like you're their guide, like you're that annoying Disney tour guide, right? Walking them through, this is this, this is this. I'm here to help as much as you want or as little as you want. And you're figuring out what their boundaries are. All right. We're already halfway through the show. I feel like this has gone so fast. All right. Don't forget, ask your questions in the chat. If you have any more questions for Matt, we have 2 more topics to go. We're going to talk demand gen and growth marketing. If you watch the show, you know the very last thing we always talk about, as usual, the giveaways at LWL. Tag the page. Like, you don't have to have the @ sign, but tag the page if you're on LinkedIn to win the hat. Tag Harvest Chocolate to win the summer box of chocolate. So far, we only have 9 entries for the chocolate. Y'all are crazy. I'm going to go enter for the chocolate. I want the chocolate. No, I'm just kidding. I'm actually buying the chocolate. I have 2 things in my cart right now. I just couldn't decide between the snacking chocolates from the different places, which is why I wanted to ask you about it. Okay. And then the SD Lab, tag Tom Slocum and SD Lab for the emails. I'm going to remove us all. We're going to do the halfway video. We'll see you guys back here in about a minute.
Job seekers have a lot of job posts to go through and read. Stand out from those traditional job postings with a video that candidates can get a visual experience from. With a video, you can capture the top talent you're looking for by showing them rather than telling them. Show your company's inclusion, diversity, benefits, and career growth opportunities. Looking to have people relocate to New York City, Chicago, London? Show those offices in the video. Looking for remote positions? Show employees working and loving the work from home life. You can show the onboarding new hires get what they can expect, your culture, and whatever else makes your company the best. Capture the top talent you need with visuals your prospects want. Create a recruitment video today with Producify.
Welcome back. If you are just tuning in, this is Friday Live with Lauren. We have Matt Cross on today. He's got some Harvest chocolate he's giving away. We're talking demand gen. We're talking the customer journey. We're talking growth marketing, all of the things that I know you want to learn about. I'm going to bring Matt back. But if you are here, if you just joined us, say what's up in the comments. Let us know. Tom Slocum just popped in. What's up, Tom? Melissa said, ponder the breaks over chocolate by the ocean without a phone. Bring a pen and paper. That might be the best idea of the day. I live 5 minutes from the ocean. So I'm going to get the chocolate and I will do your challenge, Melissa. I'll take a picture when I get there and let you know. Paul wants to know, Matt, have you thought of partnering with people who do retreats?
I have not thought about that, but if you have anybody, let me know who does some retreats that might need some chocolate, but I think that's a great idea.
Paul's always got really good ideas and really good questions for my guests on the show. Thanks for showing up, Paul. Appreciate you. Melissa says it's too hot to hurt yourself, Tom. Tom's in Arizona. What's the heat like in Arizona today? I don't even want to know. Erica agrees what we said about the customer journey, that it's refreshing to hear that tank. Look, you got all these people in here tagging the chocolate. They want it. All right, y'all, we got another half. What's up in the comments? Yes, Nomi, what's up? And we love that you're a smart ass. Just keep coming up every Friday. We don't care. The next topics we are going to get into demand gen and growth marketing. What do you want to talk about first, Matt?
Demand gen and growth marketing?
Which one you want to go first?
Let's do growth marketing.
Growth marketing. All right, y'all, when you get into growth marketing, there's so many things, but I do job search strategy sessions. So I wanted to ask Matt, when you're talking about growth marketing, maybe what are some of the strategies when you're first starting?
Yeah, I mean, I think about growth marketing as like you need to acquire some sort of new customer or expand with your existing customers. And I think growth marketing is all about having the data to show that what you're doing is right or is working so that you can put more resources into it. So I think one of the first strategy is, really understanding the business and your customers. Like that's always the first place I look. I'm always kind of looking at what our customers are doing, what our customers are saying. We've got some processes in place at Notch to understand, what are their problems and what are they looking to do and what are the outcomes that they're having, and then looking for other similar organizations that would have that kind of problem. So that's kind of a lot of what we do, and then constantly testing. Right now I'm running a test on YouTube, working really well. And then like that with our video strategy and LinkedIn, like they're probably, now we can make the case that let's invest in this more. Really push the gas pedal down on it.
I love it. Anything like startup specifically, if we have any like small founders watching, that maybe people, especially with a strap budget, where should they be focusing?
Oh, so I'll just tell you what we did at Harvest, is brand. We started with brand. We hired an agency to create the brand. And it was a hard pill to swallow at the time, but I just copied what the big brands are doing. All the big chocolate brands compete on brand. And so we started there. And then social is always a great one for small startups because it's cheap. You can just, like what Lauren and I are doing right now, you just need a Zoom account. Google Meet, is pretty cheap if you're using, the G Suite, and just record it, and you can put that content up on YouTube. You can record, now with AI, you can repurpose things a little ton. I just posted the other day about Summer AIs, which has been using to repurpose our video and audio content. And then sales, really. Those are the kind of the three things that we did with Harvest: is brand, social, and then you just got to get out there and start doing some sales. At least you have like the website and the content to push people back to, and like you can show that, like, what you're talking about, and this is what you're doing. You can see on social, and then you can use that as the kind of proof that you're real to people when you're doing sales.
There you
That's
go.
what worked for us.
Maritza wants to know about marketing analytics.
Yeah, in what way?
All right, ask
Good
a little
question.
bit more detailed question, and we will answer that for you.
We can.
Jackie says she does travel groups and is retreat planning with, is it tripling with Jax? I'm assuming that's Jacksonville. Paul says that he's going to put you in contact with some people. Y'all, look at that. Look at that. There you go. Make sure you accept Paul's connection request.
I will.
Nomi says it's 107 where she's at. Carrie's 107 where he is too. Y'all, how do you live somewhere where it's 107? All right, that's just analytics. Ask us a little bit more of a detailed a detailed question so we can answer that one
Let's
for
talk
you.
all afternoon about marketing analytics.
Paul says, Matt, these chocolate bars look massive. Is it really as big as it is in the photos? How big is it? Show us with your hands.
They're, I don't know, maybe that this doesn't make sense because it makes it look like against my head. They're 50 grams, the bars are, so they're about 2 ounces.
So to get the health benefits that Elizabeth talked about, you need to eat 2 of them because her health benefits are based on 100 grams chocolate. I do remember that.
Yeah.
Okay, Tripping with Jax LLC. There you go. It's 91 in Arkansas, and she says it's cool today. 91 is not cool. 91 is not cool. Melissa just called the show torture because Melissa's starving. Melissa, don't call my show torture. I don't come on your show and call it torture. Rude. No, I'm just kidding. Okay, how do you implant marketing analytics into growth revenue? Hold on, I'm gonna let you come up a big and not me. Here we go. Okay, how do you implant marketing analytics into growth revenue?
Yeah, I mean, I think you got to understand like the channels, and that's still it's a big topic, but understand the channels, like where your main channels that you're going after customers in, like what are your acquisition channels, and how do they, where are you measuring the revenue? Connecting that into that goes back to that measurement framework I talked about before, designing that from the beginning, because then you can, like, before you get into like the strategy, before you get into what kind of tools and what kind of software you're using, understand the problems that you're trying to solve, and then you can look for the tools to identify those, that data that then you can watch along your journey.
Love it. Okay, Maritza, I hope that answers your questions. Oh my goodness. These people, they're going crazy on the chocolate comments. Y'all, you were right. Matt was like, people love chocolate. We're gonna talk about chocolate all day.
I sold all sorts of things in my life, and chocolate is by far the best. It's just like, if you want to start talking about demand gen,
we will talk about demand gen, but really quick, him talking about chocolate, I have to bring up this point. So the way I met Matt Cross on LinkedIn was that I found someone with a chocolate bar in their name, and I was like, hold on, chocolate? Who are you? And then I found it, and it was like, if you have a chocolate bar in your name, I have to be friends with you. We have to connect. And then I found out he owned his own chocolate company. I was like, you have to come on the live show and talk about like other stuff too, but chocolate. I'm so excited you decided to come on from some random DM I sent you. Thank you.
Yeah,
appreciate it. But yeah, so we will get into demand gen now.
So what I was going to say about demand gen and chocolate is that chocolate already has built-in demand. Like, you don't need to go convince people that they want to eat chocolate. They already do. Like, it's just talking about chocolate. People are like, you're talking about chocolate and I'm not eating chocolate, and that's a problem.
Oh my God. It is a problem. It is a problem. I'm very upset I don't have chocolate in front of me right now. Okay, Maritza says chocolate is awesome, but she did have a question. She said, what data do you look for?
I guess it's what are you trying to solve for revenue? I would start working back. Like, what is the point where somebody is going to pay you? What problem are they solving for? And work back from there on like where you think you can go get those customers, and then move them along. And that's where content strategy is really good as well, because the content really helps answer the questions and build trust with your audience as you're moving them along the journey. And then, like Lauren said, bring the customer along with you and be like their guide along the way. And so that's like a lot of the way that we work with customers is like using the content to build the journey to understand how they're moving through there. So things like time on page, conversion rates, you know, visitors, sessions, and what are the actions that they're taking next. So those are kind of, I guess that's kind of high level answer of what data to look at.
Love it. Mark Jaro says selling chocolate is like selling specialty cosmetics to small boutiques and spas, similar sales process and market. Do you agree with that?
I've never sold cosmetics, but my wife did sell cosmetics when she was in college. So I bet
She
she would
probably knows.
agree. Yeah, she knows.
All right. Mark says also, if you don't like chocolate, you're not my friend. Listen, I'm not going to go that far, but I might think there's something a little wrong with you unless you're allergic. The only way you have like an out for me for this is if you're allergic. But if you just don't like chocolate, I don't understand. I don't understand. Not eating chocolate is always the problem. I know. Mark, facts. That and ice cream. Yeah, chocolate and ice cream. All right, y'all, you guys just kill me with all the chocolate talk. So, a few more things about demand gen because we got to talk about more work stuff. When it comes down to really demand gen, I want to talk a little bit about demand gen versus lead gen because I think a lot of people get these two things confused. So, could you give us a little bit of an example about that? Is that something you can talk about today?
Yeah. So lead gen is when you're getting a lead from somebody, usually some sort of like form capture, name, email, phone number, so that then you can go reach out back to them. Like if, whenever you're downloading an ebook and hopefully you're not downloading ebooks, unless they're really good. I will do it if they're really good. If there's like a good like data behind there, I will do it. But, and then like the sales team's going to go back and reach back out to them. And I kind of like, personally, there are use cases for it. I'm not always the biggest fan of it because I think you're kind of asking you're not like being genuine with your customer. You're like, no, I want your email address so that I can market to you. And it seems kind of very 90s. But demand gen is actually generating the demand for your product or service, whatever you're selling out in the market, so that when they're ready for it and they're interested and they know enough about it that they come to you to learn more, which I'm a big fan of.
I love it. I love it. You want them to recognize you as an expert in that field so that they come to you, y'all. Okay, in terms of demand gen and growth marketing, what do you see in AI that's like helping streamline things right now?
A lot. I think Lauren and I were talking about video editing before this, and I'm a big fan of video. I do a lot of video editing on podcasts and webinars and that we produce. So AI just being able to take transcripts of things like almost instantly or in real time allows me to create blog posts and transcripts and social posts based on what we were talking about way faster. That's kind of the biggest way I'm using AI right now. But I think I was just talking to somebody yesterday who went to an AI conference, and there's agencies running like large or companies running large marketing programs with a very small team because they've just invested in AI and how they're using it to do kind of the low lift work. I think I think the best analogy I've heard is like treat AI like an intern. Have them do the things, they can do the work, but you got to give a lot of direction and instruction to get the output that you want. But once you do that, it's repeatable.
Yeah, it learns with you.
Mhm.
Okay, explain what the sin is with downloading ebooks.
I think they got a bad rap of just poor quality content, in that, you'd go like, okay, maybe this is semi interesting. I'll put my email in, sure. And then like an SDR calls you 2 minutes later wanting you to book a meeting. And then you get on the meeting. If you do that, when they wanted you to buy right away. And it's just kind of not the way that buyers buy, depending on the market. But I mean, I do see it out there, and it's usually like maybe like manufacturing. I see more gated ebook downloads and stuff. Like SaaS isn't big on it now, but there are, I think, and there can be use cases too. Like I think like if the content is really high value, like I guess if you're doing like primary research and you're the only source of that data and you've invested in it and it's really good and quality for that, vertical or industry that you're in, then I think that you can gate it. But I think you got to have like a good experience with it. Like it's not just downloading a PDF.
100%. And the other thing is, and I'll say this, like, in my opinion, a lot of ebooks are just repurposed shit from someone else that I probably already read. Like, I don't need to pay you $4.99 or $9.99. Like, no, thank you. If you're one of my friends who's an ebook, I'm sorry, I'm not buying your ebook. Because I probably already read it. Because probably know the person that you repurposed that content from. And like,
you can repurpose it. Like a lot of times the content in an ebook is already out there from that same company or person. Like I do that. Like I mean, when we used to another company, when we gated ebooks and stuff, I would take that content and put it out on LinkedIn.
Yes, it's all out there.
Yeah.
And at the same point, to Matt's other point, for the ebooks that actually have the really, really good information, you're probably going to have to go out and search for those. They're not something that's just going to scroll across your screen. That's going to be this viral post. Y'all, going viral is not good. It doesn't help your business. It actually hurts your business more than it helps your business in some instances, unless you're selling like a physical product and like Match Chocolate goes viral. I mean, even then, he's a small business. I don't know. Could you handle 1 million orders tomorrow? You know what I mean? Like going viral isn't always the answer. So that's not it either. Nomi says that Nomi got a marketing email today and they got literally everything wrong about our company. Nomi, I'm curious if you're still watching. Did you feel like AI wrote that email to you? Let me know. Nomi said they marked it as spam. Yeah, y'all, you send me a crappy email. I'm mark you as. Listen, for the first time, I normally respond to you, and I'm like, listen, I want to, like, I'm not interested. Please actually take me off your list. But people don't, and then I mark you as spam. Paul says, Matt, I'm curious because you have a physical product. I think platforms like TikTok, Instagram, and Facebook would be hot. How's your experience been there?
Yeah. So we only doing a little bit of TikTok. But Instagram has been like the first real social platform we started on. Facebook, then we did next, and they're great. We build a lot of followers. A lot of sales get done in the DMs of Facebook Messenger. There's always people messaging us and we're messaging back. Sliding into DMs is where business is getting done with small businesses with physical products right now. But Facebook is actually right now our best social platform in terms of sales. We have the lowest follower count. So again, I was kind of talking about like optimizing the customer journey is like looking at those kind of things like, we don't get as much traffic from Facebook. We don't have as many followers on Facebook, but we do the most sales out of, well, sorry, I shouldn't say that. LinkedIn is actually the best in terms of dollar value because we get corporate gift clients, but Facebook and just like a straight e-com is the best. And I don't know entirely why. Maybe I think it's ants, like all the ants that are out there. They're always buying chocolate. They love it. They're great. We love them.
It's your aunt. You just need to do a chocolate monthly subscription for moms to send to their college students when they leave, because mamas are all emotional, A 9-month a 9-month chocolate supply while they're away. Anyway, Paul says, this is why it's important to focus on stories and experiences. People do that all the time in personal development. The same regurgitated. Yes. Nomi said the bottom of the email says AI salespeople wrote this email on behalf of dun dun dun. Yeah, no.
Why?
Gotcha. Thanks, guys. Sifting through the garbage is a pain. It is a pain, and most of it is garbage. So if you're looking for something specific, I'm happy to go help you do some research in the not free time I have, but I'll make some for you. Stop downloading the crappy ebooks. We'll figure it out. When we scroll Facebook, we are usually snacking. And now, Melissa, you can go snack on some Harvest snacking chocolate. So speaking of that, y'all, we are coming up to the end of the show. I'm going to give you one more chance to enter for my giveaways at LWL for the hat. I'm not going to put it back on because my hair got so messed up last time. I was really embarrassed. Okay, at Harvest Chocolate to win the summer chocolate box that Matt will actually let you pick the kind of chocolate you're gonna get. I'm not gonna enter. I'll give you guys more chances. I'm just gonna get some chocolate for me. I'm so excited. And then at the SD Lab, if you want to win some email templates from Tom Slocum. So those are the giveaways. I will pop them up one more time and show you. And then we're going to do the fun Friday fact. You all know that. Okay. 35 ready to go emails. This is what the hat looks like. One day I'm going to like move it to where it's like on my head when I pop it up. I think that would be like really funny if I like fix the placement. Oh, nope, not those. Okay, chocolate. And then, the other thing I have to talk about last week, if you watched the show last week, today is the day Holly is drawing for the Extreme Ownership U.S. Navy SEALs book. So if you have not created your post yet, I don't think she drew the winner yet. So I think you've got until the end of the day. If you watched the show last week, you had to make a post and tag Holly. She's drawing for this book today. She said that this is a life and career changing book. Have you ever read this book, Matt?
I have not. No.
All right. Well, I'm adding it to my Audible because I don't carry on physical books because I destroy things. But I'm adding it to my Audible. I have a lot of credits. So if y'all haven't done that, do that. Get this chocolate in your life, Harvest Chocolate. And then let's do our last, maybe my favorite topic ever, always, our Fun Friday fact of the day. If you're in the comments, tell us the Fun Friday fact. Drop one down. I'd love to hear yours too. But I'm going to put Matt up really big. Matt, what's your Fun Friday fact today?
Oh man, I got a few, I guess. I have a not fun one. It's about chocolate, but maybe we'll skip that.
Okay.
Well,
let's start with something fun.
Something fun. I think, and here's, I don't know how fun this is, but I've just been thinking this whole time about how I need to come up with a fun fact. And I think one of the things is that we've done with Harvest Chocolate is we started it in a small town. And that's been advantageous for a whole bunch of reasons. And everybody likes to drive by them and say, look at this dumb town. But, rent's cheap and there's plenty of cool buildings and space. And we're just as close to some major cities as when I lived in a major city. So I think small towns are good places to start business if you're thinking about it.
I love that. I grew up in a small town. Not many people know that. Maybe this will be my Fun Friday fact for you all. I graduated with like 32 people in my class. When I tell you small town, I mean it. I went to the same school with all of them from like 5th grade. There wasn't like we didn't divide, like we all went to the same private school together. So small town. And I couldn't wait to get out. And now that I'm an adult, I can't wait to go back.
Right.
So isn't that just life, y'all? I'm excited. This has been so much fun. Thank you for coming on.
Yeah.
Hold on. We had one person give us a Fun Friday fact. Barbie and Oppenheimer made going to the movies an experience again, and more movies like that are planned. It was really fun. Did you see either of those, Matt?
I saw Barbie and I thought it was great. I haven't seen Oppenheimer.
I saw Barbie last night. It was so cute, y'all. I will say, I don't think anything could live up to the marketing budget that Barbie got. Like, there is no way the movie was just gonna outdo all of the things, because every time anybody put anything out, I was like, I need that, I need that, I need that. Maybe you need to do a Barbie and Harvest Chocolate. Damn, go reach out to them. Go do some Barbie Harvest Chocolate. We would all buy it. Oh, the number one addictive drug is sugar. Listen, it might be true, but it's so good. Lisa says she loves small towns. Tom said, great show today. Thanks for tuning in, Tom. Appreciate you. The most intense experience I've had, it was worse than skydiving. What are you talking about, Paul? And why was skydiving bad? No, most people, Paul, what's going on with this comment? Nomi said it was amazing. She didn't see Oppenheimer, but she liked Barbie. I saw Barbie. Okay, I saw Barbie with Liz last night. What's up, Liz? It was good. Y'all, meet your LinkedIn friends in real life. Liz and I go to the movies and hang out now. We met on LinkedIn. I'm terrified of heights, but it's so fun. It's legal. I don't know what these people are talking about. Y'all, sometimes you go nuts in the comments and I don't know what's happening anymore. We're going to draw some prizes and do some giveaways and get out of here because it's the end of the show. If you want to win anything, now's your last chance. Let's see how many people entered to win. Let me move this. All right. We got 8 entries for the hat. We got 17 entries for the chocolate. We got a couple entries for the SD lab. So I'm going to present, share my screen with you. You all know this is when I have my blonde moment and it takes me a minute. Sorry in advance. All right, we're going to do the hat first. Are you ready? Can you see my screen? Can you see my screen? Yes, you can. Let's draw. Who's going to win the hat today? Let's see. Nomi won the hat. All right, Nomi. I will get you the hat. All right, next we're going to do. We only got a couple for the emails. I guess y'all don't want emails today. Let's draw for emails. Melissa and Nomi, who's going to win? Emails. Lisa did comment. Lisa got the emails last week. Lisa said they were great. So don't know what y'all are. Nomi won twice. Y'all, I didn't say you couldn't win 2 times this show, so Nomi just won twice. Let's see. Is Nomi gonna win the chocolate too? Nomi, what if you got a 3-peat? What if you got a 3-peat, Nomi? All right, the chocolate. Are you ready? Are you ready? Are you ready? 17 entries for chocolate. Let's go. Oh, they all want the chocolate. If y'all don't win the chocolate, you better go buy some chocolate. Support Matt and his wife's business with the Harvest chocolate. Paul won the chocolate. Paul doesn't have to fight Melissa. Yay. Melissa didn't say she was going to fight Paul, so everything's going to be okay, y'all. This was so much fun. If you enjoyed it, set your calendar every Friday at 3 p.m. Eastern. I am here with a special guest. We have so many more guests coming on the rest of the year. Y'all, I can't even remember who's on next week. Let's look really, really quick. Sorry, Matt, I gotta check. Next week, we have Giano on next week. Oh my gosh, he messaged me when I was on vacation and told me how excited he was for next week, like the date. And I was like, what's that? Like, I don't know. Because I didn't have my calendar in front of me. I was on vacation. He thought I kicked him off the show. I didn't kick you off the show, Giano. I'm so excited to have you on next week. And y'all, don't forget, I have 4 more slots to fill before I take the break at the end of the year. So if you want to come on, actually, I think I only have 2 more. I only have 2 more. If you want to come on, message me now, or else you're going to have to wait till 2024. Doesn't that sound weird to say? You're going to have to wait till 2024 if you don't message me now. Matt and I talked about this like 6 months ago. When I messaged him, he was like, oh my gosh, it's here already?
Yes.
Here already.
I remember choosing the date in August going, this is never going to happen. This is so far away. August? No way.
Oh yeah, it happened. And then I messaged him and he's like, oh yeah, I did agree to do this crazy show with you. All right, Paul's going to connect. He loves you. He's going to connect you with some of his friends. Melissa's going to chase you down, Paul. All right, everybody, let's connect. This was a great show. I enjoyed having you. We will see you next week. If you don't like it, don't come back. Bye.